Let's look at some new mixing features within Pro Tools. We've got the mute and solo indicator lights in the edit window. As small as this seems, those two lights right there are pretty critical. What would happen is that you would hide several tracks and maybe one of those was muted or soloed and they're hidden. And then you go to, hear playback and you can't figure out what's going on. There's a bus missing, something's gone, you don't hear anything at all. Now you can look directly in the transport and see if either of those are illuminated. So the next one is similar. It's a button right underneath the Smart tool. It's lit up blue, as you see here. When it is, that means that clips and MIDI notes, when they are edited, the automation surrounding them underneath them is also edited. But when you disengage it to turn it gray, that means that you can edit clips and MIDI notes and not edit the automation. Bus interrogation. Here you're looking at a giant session that's not uncommon in big music mixes or television mixes. In here you'll find these IOs, and these are often, drums, 10 channels of drums that are assigned to one fader, or 10 channels of FX that are assigned to one fader, or dialogue or music effects. And in the past, it's been really hard to see, wow, what else is going there? Like you'll solo something on the drum bus and you'll hear some kind of a electric guitar shadow from some reverb, and it's hard to figure out where the heck that's coming from. So how it works is if you right-click an IO, any one of them, just like that, you get this new contextual menu. And so what you do is you say, select which other assignments are going to the effects, because this reverb thing is driving me nuts. The second you select it, it will illuminate within your session all similar channels that are going. And you can see that that channel and this channel are not going to the effects, and then the remainder of the session, but the rest of them end up on the effects bus. Then if you right-click on, or if you go ahead and click on this, then show only the assignments, then the mixer will drop these faders, it'll drop that fader and that fader, and you'll just get a stack of everything that's going to the effects. This way, it's easier to isolate components of your mix. And then selecting Restore Previously Shown Tracks does as expected, and it restores all the tracks. They're all unselected, and it's back to normal. 500 commands Euconized. What is it? Avid bought Euphonics. Euphonics operates under the Eucon protocol. And what that is basically a controller language that translates communications from touch controls to software, and in this case, Pro Tools. So all the menu commands have now been ported over to where they show up in these little areas here, in these little soft touch keys. All of the effects, everything has been ported. So they've done over 500 commands, which is obviously too much for me to list here, but I have these exact 2 units myself and it's already easier. So that's good. Export to SoundCloud. So there's our Pro Tools menu, and right under the setup, it says connect to SoundCloud. And then when you go to File Bounce, there'll be a SoundCloud dialog in there. Now, before you jump to conclusions, this is not about giving music away for free. This is not about bouncing tracks up there so that people can snatch them. SoundCloud can be a perfect review place for your clients. So here's my account. This mix I put in there a day ago. And I can have clients review it. They can comment on it. I can block this from people seeing it. I can share this with the exact people that I want. And then I also have a Dropbox where my clients can drop me audio and I can get it. And then I can drop them mixes and they can review it. They can drop comments on it as the mix unfolds and everything. So the more I think about this, the more exciting it actually is, because basically now Pro Tools gives you a free client interface that you normally wouldn't have had. And of course, SoundCloud is free, but there are premium accounts and you can store gigs and gigs of information up there. I like this. The next thing that is in the actual Pro Tools menu itself is the marketplace. Every now and again, you'll get a session in and somebody had, you know, some esoteric plugin, and you can go up here to the plugins marketplace right within the app itself, and you can buy a plugin or you can rent one for 2 days or 2 weeks. So that's cool. And we all, every now and again, need support, answers to questions, and training even. So you can get to the Avid DigiDesign user groups right through here. And of course, there are links to training. Mac Pro Video is there, and you can click right through to it. And there's some of the Pro Tools tutorials that we already have. All right, cool. Let's keep going.